You know, almost every German learner makes this incredibly frustrating mistake when they're trying to express the why behind their actions. It's like you want to explain your purpose, but the words just get all tangled up in your mouth.
If you don't understand this concept, speaking German is honestly always going to feel a bit difficult. But hey, welcome to today's explainer. I promise you, mastering this one super simple rule is going to save you literal months of frustration. Plus, it'll instantly elevate how natural you sound. So let's dive right into this. Today, we're talking about expressing an Absicht. That's your intention, your goal, or your motivation. Basically, whenever you want to talk about the ultimate reason why you or someone else is doing something, you absolutely have to use specific connectors. Both Damit and zu do exactly this, but, and here's the kicker, they follow entirely different rules.
Here's our map for today's explainer. First, we'll look at the identical hero using zu. Second, the dynamic duo using Damit. Third, we'll tackle those tricky separable verbs. And finally, we'll wrap up with the ultimate quiz.
Section 1, the identical hero, Sue.
So what happens when the person doing the action is the exact same character in both halves of the sentence? Look at these two standalone sentences. Sentence 1, Ich lerne jeden Tag. I study every day. Sentence 2, Ich bekomme eine gute Note. I get a good grade. Notice that our hero here, ich, or I, is the primary subject in both of these. I am studying, and I am the one getting the grade. It's all me.
And this brilliantly illustrates how the connector, to, magically merges them together. Because the subject is exactly the same, look at what happens. Ich lerne jeden Tag, eine gute Note zu bekommen. Do you see it? The second ich entirely disappears. We just don't need it anymore. And the infinitive verb, bekommen, drops all the way to the very end of the sentence.
Moving on to Section 2, the dynamic duo Damit.
But here's where things become really interesting. What if we don't have an identical hero? What if we have two completely different characters in our story? Sentence 1. Der Mann schließt die Tür. The man closes the door. Sentence 2. Seine Kinder können schlafen. His children can sleep. Visually, the man and his children are two totally distinct subjects, right?
Well, when the subjects differ like this, using zu is mathematically impossible in German. It just won't work. No way. So Damit steps in to save the day. Der Mann schließt die Tür, damit seine Kinder schlafen können. Notice how Damit connects the two parts so seamlessly? It acts as a subordinating conjunction, which basically just means it sends the conjugated verb, können, straight to the end of the clause.
Okay, if you're taking notes, you're going to want to save this golden rule right now. For the connector zu, you absolutely must have identical subjects. For the connector damit, you use it when you have different subjects. Honestly, master this one simple table, and you've basically mastered the core of this entire explainer.
Section 3. Tricky separable verbs, or trennbare Verben.
Now for a quick retention booster. Warning, this is where even super advanced learners tend to stumble. When you're using zu with a separable verb like einkaufen, the word zu acts like a little physical puzzle piece. It slides directly between the prefix ein and the stem kaufen. Let's look at the example. Die Frau beeilt sich, noch im Supermarkt einzukaufen. The woman hurries to still shop at the supermarket. See that? The zu is sandwiched right there in the middle.
And what if you have two verbs at the end, like a modal verb, or a fixed phrase like spazieren gehen? Well, the zu slides right between those two distinct words as well. Sehen zu können, to be able to see, or spazieren zu gehen, to go for a walk. It is actually incredibly logical once you see it visually laid out like this, isn't it?
All right, Section 4, the ultimate quiz. Let's put this to the test.
It's time to see what you've picked up. I want you to actively guess the upcoming answers. Which of these two sentences sounds more natural and elegant to a native speaker? Option A, Ich rufe Sie an, Sie zu fragen, or Option B, Ich rufe Sie an, damit ich Sie frage. Go ahead, take a guess right now.
Okay, so here's the crucial point. While Damit can technically be grammatically acceptable when you have identical subjects like I and I, zu is always the preferred, much more elegant choice. Bottom line, if the subjects are the exact same, always default to zu.
Ready for challenge number 2? Look closely at this scenario. Can we use zu here? We buy a new car so that our parents can use it. Notice the dynamic we've got going on. We are the ones buying the car, but the parents are the ones who will actually be using it.
If you guessed no, you are absolutely right. Because the subjects are completely different, we versus our parents, Damit is literally the only correct option here. Wir kaufen uns ein neues Auto, damit unsere Eltern ihr Auto nutzen können. Brilliant job if you got that one right.
Section 5. Summary and your next steps.
Let's consolidate everything we've covered. To summarize our core rules super concisely. Use zu for identical subjects. Use Damit for different subjects. Remember that zu is vastly more elegant whenever it's an option. And finally, two split separable verbs right down the middle. You know, consistency is everything when learning German, and dedicating just a few minutes to this explainer today has for sure dramatically improved your grammar arsenal.
Now, I have one final exercise for you to do right now. What is your Absicht, your main intention for learning German? I want you to write a sentence below in the comments using either zu or damit. Take action immediately. And of course, if this visual approach helped you understand a really tricky topic, please like this explainer, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who is also battling German grammar. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next one.